Me again. I'm making room. I'm thinking, after I wash this off, because I'm going to do that today too. We pulled the head off last night. And it still turns over, so I'll salvage that block. I'll have to rebore it and stuff if I want to rebuild it. So this might go back together with a 2.4 in it. Although I did like the idea of a 2 litre with, you know, twin Webbers, and you know, I've got all that sitting there. We'll see. Well, I don't know what's going to happen yet. The exhaust is absolutely knackered. So I suppose as long as I got that section, I can get rid of that box, I can straight pipe it, and then put a couple of hot dogs in it. That'll at least make it breathe and tone it down a little bit. I get a high tone raspy sound because I got small square bloody exhaust ports. So yeah, they get raspy at high revs. They sound nice at idle, but yeah. But yeah, they sound raspy when you limiter bash them. Well, not that it is have a limiter, but the limiter is lack of fuel and air you can put into it, really, and how quick you can shut the valves. So there's that. Thinking about moving the generator back to the other shed, putting it over here, and then if I get an engine crane, I can still work on it until I get the cab over here, which might be after summer at this rate that I'm going. A clutch to do on a patrol right there between the few of us, so you know that because of the endless chain, that takes up a lot of room. We're going to pull the engine out because it's easier. So yeah, who knows. Anywho, so there's that. Just a little quick update of what I'm going to do today. So yeah, clean up. It's easy to make a mess, but unfortunately, sometimes you just got to clean up. My left leg's feeling it a bit from the tree yesterday, so yeah. Here's the footer centre on my right leg, and that was a little stiff Sunday morning. Because I used it, I got rid of that lactic acid, but I didn't do anything for my left leg because, you know, well, whatever. I'm good. I'm happy. Glad that I've done it. Glad that I've climbed these couple of trees, and I'm happy. I'm excited. I don't know. Tamara pulled a funny last night. We were laying in bed talking about it. I said, I need to do some upper arm strength, you know, and get some hand strength back. And here I am thinking about pruning with grapevines. It was a good way of getting hand strength, right? Well, anyway, she goes, oh, you'll have a baby in a few months. You'll be able to carry that around. That's in a few months. It was funny. She doesn't pull a funny very often. That was funny. The way she come out with it, and that was pretty good. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought there. But yeah, anyway, it's what it is. Got to clean up a bit so I can make more of a mess. So yeah, out for now. I'll stitch this video together with a whole heap of other stuff that I'll make during the day. This week, I've still got the rest of this week off. Annual leave, so woohoo! I'll go to work tomorrow for a few hours to do an audit. Government Department of Agriculture likes to audit you every couple of years. Make sure you're doing your paperwork right. So a couple of hours to do that, and then I'm going to be coming home. Hopefully I've got this shed in a state of, well, fitness, we'll call it, to fit all this stuff in. Alrighty, out for now. I should have had it recording ages ago. Oh, gross. I should pull the sump off. I'm glad I let it all out. Because there could have been water in there, eh? There was a little bit of water come out. But I think that was from us washing it. Spraying the top of the engine. Although some of it had turned white, so it was in there a bit longer than that. Considering this has been cooked, I think you cooked it twice. Someone else has done a head gasket on it too. They use silicone on the bloody front of the head gasket where it goes around the rocker cover, not rocker cover, the timing cover. So yeah, I think we'll just dismantle it and put it in storage, knowing that probably depends on how bad the pistons look. If I could get the scores out with a hone. So you just don't know whether those boys put sand in the bloody oil and ran it. You know, look, especially looking at this. So I won't know until I get the crankshaft out. So if they've done that, then the crank's rooted.
Why would they put sand in?
Oh, because they're destructive. I mean, why would you bloody shoot holes in it? Yeah. And yeah, like I don't know. The intelligence, it's dumbfounding. I mean, yeah, I would have paid him $400 or $500 for the ute with the cooked engine. You know, and I would have just put mine in there. I would have taken my pick of engines. If I only paid $500 for the ute and didn't have to do all this work, I might have rebuilt this engine. Might have rebought it with new pistons. Maybe even undersized the crank. But you know, I gotta go to all this trouble, so it's not like I need it in a hurry. It'd be a bit different if I needed it. It's like we've still got the old nav. Or the good nav. This is turning out to be a big project. I can't get a good run at it before we start doing something else. It becomes more urgent.
It's turf to the side and everything.
Yeah, it gets turfed to the side and I come back to it. I wonder whether getting the jet heater and heating up the sump would make that run any quicker. Or at least cook the water out of the sump, because that gets bloody hot. I'd only have to put it here. This frame would get hot too. There's nothing on here to melt, so, but it would peel the paint off.
What paint?
Oh, there is still paint here, sort of. See, what do I do now tomorrow? Do I get some cheap a litre of black paint, just give the chassis a once over?
Just get aerosol paint. Oh yeah, I could do it.
Yeah, could do that.
Just a can of like, matte black or something.
Matte black. It's still just oozing away. I wonder whether he ever changed the oil in it. You just start thinking, oh, it's got to be done. And then some more goops out. If they ran that like that, I can't see that the crankshaft would be any good.
Which is a good pump, isn't it?
Yeah. Oil pump would probably be out of tolerance too. They probably starve that as well. Gloop. Ew. I've seen this once in a Toyota HJ 45. Pull the sump off, and it was that jam packed with gunk that you could actually see level with the bottom of the engine where the sump joins, where the big ends and the counterweight for the crankshaft swung in the sludge. Like it just kept that area clean. He was wondering why it only held a couple of litres of oil. And you know what? You know what? It didn't hurt it. It did burn oil, but it had done 400 and something thousand. Oh, I guess maybe it did hurt it because it might have done 600,000 if it hadn't have had these little tracks where it could suck the oil through. So that's basically what it had. Some of the stuff you see. Should just get the butane burner and just heat the sump up and see what happens. You want to get it for me? I'll have a play. If it runs any quicker, I'll do some more videoing. Yeah. That's crazy. It's not every day you see this. We got the patrol in. Chipper in this square here. Yeah? Yeah. And then we still got access here. I have to clean up all my rubbish for whatever. And access at that end or the park a vehicle. Move the generator. Clean up those. Does anyone want some doors? I'm going to throw them out. Someone else was supposed to come and look at them 2 or 3 months ago and take what they wanted. I'm not holding shit for no one for too much longer. Going to get thrown out. I don't care if it gets damaged. So move the generator to the other shed. Over there. And then what?
Regular tractor.
Tractor?
Crane.
Yeah. We've decided we don't need front loader. Is that right? We need my crane.
Can you not confirm?
No. You're being featured in my videos. Yes?
No.
Yes? Hey, tomorrow. Yes. Yes. No's the wrong attitude. You must have a yes attitude. A dog chilling in the sun. All right. We washed all this mud off, and hopefully all the remainders of the glass. I'm going flat. Painted a little bit of here just to have a bit of see what we want to do before we put the cab on. So we're thinking the tray's going to be black, and I'll paint all this here. We might just whack a bit of black on here just to protect the chassis for a bit longer. Don't know what we're going to do yet. There is a possibility of rebuilding this engine, but I don't know. I might just pull it all down so it doesn't get deteriorated, cover it in oil, wrap it in plastic, stick it in the corner of the shed. And when the boys were shooting it, they missed the viscous fan clutch, so hey, I got another one.
They didn't miss the fan though.
Oh, they even hit the alternator. The alternator fan's got a few dings in it too. Shotgun, peppered all the oil filter. But we got all the oil out of the sump, and we think most of the water.
Oh,
Yeah, those rips there, you know what they're from, don't you?
Shotgun.
Shotgun.
They even got this one.
Yeah, that would be
Maybe a 243.
either that or they were using
Buckshot.
buckshot or some double O's or something. I don't know.
Something with beans that are doing.
Look at that. That hose is peppered with shotgun shells. That's what that is too. That's the
Pellets.
yeah, shotgun pellets. Yeah. I think we'll turf that hose out. Yeah, we jerry rigged that so I can steer it around a bit better, just to move it around. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm going to see if I can still get the sides off of him. If I can't, well then I'll just have to make them. I see the sides, well they were that high. I'm thinking about making them that high. I know it's pretty high, but it'll cart some wood around. So yeah, get to the everything, it's all clean. Destructive. I would have gave him $500 for this if I could have just changed the engine over.